Eh,
Is it? Can you see it? Is it audible also?
yes, yes.
Yes, yes, it is. Yes.
See what we can do. Save the planet for me and you. Let's see what we can do. Save the planet for me and you. EARTH. Planet Earth is a happy place. EARTH. Planet Earth is a happy place. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Let's see what we can do to save the planet for me and you. Let's see what we can do to save the planet for me and you. E is for environment, keep it clean. If we stand together, we'll make the best team. A is for the animals that we love, swimming and walking and flying above. Na 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 na.
चलो मिलके लेते हैं ये कसम, चलो मिलके लेते हैं ये कसम। एक पेड़ तुम लगाओ और एक हम, ये अभियान चलाएंगे घर घर जाके हम। मिल जाए हम साथ अगर, उज्जवल होगा अपना कल, उत्तम होगा सारा जहां, श्रेष्ठ बनेगा वतन। चलो मिलके लेते हैं ये कसम, चलो मिलके लेते हैं ये कसम। एक पेड़
बादल चारों दिशाएं, बहती गाती मधुमाती ये अल्हड़ हवाएं। बल खाती आती तरंगे ये लहरें किनारे, चमके पेड़ पत्ते बूंदे झिलमिल सितारे। तूने जो बताया हो हाँ, बोया तो फल पाया हो हाँ। है सेवा का जुनून क्या छोटा क्या बड़ा, कुछ कर गुजरने का फितूर जब चढ़ा। एक सोच है जागी जागी धरती के लिए।
Oh, blessed be its name. No wonder far and wide it's spreading its glorious fame. Long live in our wing, for its founder Margaret Golding Witcher. The world is happier today, 'cause in our wheel is here.
को हम हरियाली की चूनर पहनाए,
छोटी मोटी कोशिशें बदलेगी जिंदगी, हम आने वाले कल को खुशियों से महकाए।
एक एक शाखों पर फूलों सा खिलता अपना लिबास, हम सब मिलकर इस मिट्टी का कर्ज चुकाए। एक पौधा आज हम भी लगाए,
Good evening.
So the day is brighter because you all are here. I request our association president and national representative Jyoti Mahipal ji to start the program. Can I?
Yes, Suruchi, please. Please call the
Fire
meeting to order.
meeting call to order. And I request Mrs. Priya Narayan, my batchmate from District 312, for in a wheel prayer.
Thank you. Instill in us, O Lord, the true meaning of friendship. Never let us forget that we are all the children, notwithstanding the difference in our culture and creeds. Endow us with a desire to serve our fellow men, remembering that we too often need help whenever or wherever the need for service arises. Help us to be ready to serve, endeavoring to make our ways of inner will worthwhile, ensuring that we have not lived in vain. Thank you.
Thank you, Priya. Good evening, respected leaders, dear friends, and distinguished guests. With immense pride and joy, I extend my heartfelt greetings to our beloved Association President, Mrs. Jyoti Mahipal, our dynamic Association Vice President, Mrs. Vinita Harish, immediate past Association President, Mrs. Sunita Jain, our meticulous Association Secretary, Dr. Neelu Singh Thackeray, our vigilant Association Treasurer, Mrs. Bishal Priya Tandon, and our creative National Editor, Mrs. Kamla Selvam. My warmest welcome also goes to my dear fellow district chairman, our highly respected past association presidents, our dedicated past district chairman, AC members, district executive committee members, presidents, and each member present here today. Your presence makes this occasion truly special. Friends, today we are gathered here for a very special national webinar, Eco Robot, Reuse, Reduce and Recycle, a platform where ideas, innovation and inspiration will meet. We are honored to host a panel of extraordinary individuals whose work is transforming the way we think about sustainability. Professor Chetan Singh Solanki, internationally acclaimed as the Solar Man of India, a visionary in renewable energy. Miss Priyasha Singhania, representing Halladek Recycling, a leader in giving waste a new life. Miss Sonika Bhasin, an influencer and sustainability practitioner, inspiring many through her lifestyle and advocacy. Mr. Archish Kansal, founder of Respin, to India's very first clothes recycling services, paving the way for a greener future in fashion. Above all, we welcome moderator Ms. Deepika Jalan. On behalf of District 311 and District 312, my dear friend, District Chairman Priya, and I extend our collective greetings. Together, we welcome you not just as participants, but as partners in this mission to inspire action and bring meaningful change. Let's open our mind, share our ideas, and take away lessons that will empower us to make our communities and our world a better place. Once again, a heartfelt welcome to our association president, Jyoti Mahipal ji, and I request her for her address.
Thank you, Suruchi. Namaste and good
Pleasure.
evening. Okay, can you all hear me? Is it clear?
Yes, yes, it is audible.
Yeah. My innerville greetings to host District Chairman Suruchi Saxena, District Chairman Priya Narayan, all association executives, all innerville dignitaries present in this webinar, esteemed guest speakers, Professor Chetan Solanki, Priyanka Singhania, Sonika Bhasin, Archish Kansal, moderator Deepika Jalan, and most importantly, all innerville members. Welcome to August, a month dedicated to care for environment. On behalf of Association of Innerville Clubs in India, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the webinar Eco Reboot, a webinar organized to discuss and motivate Innerville member to inspire for sustainable restart and ecological renewal. A focus on rejuvenating and restoring ecosystems, promoting biodiversity, and mitigating the effects of climate change. Friends, the trees, the rivers, the wind, they are not just elements. They are the reminders of balance, of beauty, and a shared responsibility. And who better than Innerville members can be the voice for the voiceless trees, the shield for the silent rivers. Let us not only plant sapling, but also sow the seeds of awareness, of responsibility, of hope. Remember, our individual actions, when combined, it can have a profound impact. Together, as we gather on this virtual space, let us remember we are not just the women of compassion, we are the women of action. Innerville, with its vast network of hearts and hands, can become a silent force of environmental revival. Caring for the environment is not just a project, but it is a promise. It's a promise to the future, to our children, and to our own conscience. Innerville has always stood for loving action, and action we can take for environment care. Reduce by adopting, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Conserve and energy. Opt for energy efficient appliances and switch to renewable energy resources like solar or wind power. Preserve nature. Advocate for change. And last but not least, educate and inspire. Share your knowledge and passion for the environment with others. As caretaker of this planet, it is our responsibility to ensure that we leave behind a world that is just as beautiful, vibrant, and sustainable. As Innerville member, let us lead by example and turning this mantra into movement, not just in our speeches and posters, but in our action and in our everyday choices. Together, we can reduce the burden, reuse with love, and recycle with purpose. Let's go green. Let's be green crusaders. Let us honor the earth, not just in the thought, but in action. Friends, today we are fortunate that we are having the presence of champions of environment amongst us who will enlighten us with their valuable insight and action plan for the Innerville members to make this world more greener, more sustainable. We are also having a young environmentalist, Deepika Jalan, a member of Innerville Club of Kolkata New Gen, as a moderator. Before I invite her to take over the proceedings, let me introduce her to you all. Deepika Jalan is a passionate green entrepreneur and founder of House of Blue Nest, a venture creating bioenzyme-based non-toxic product. She has conducted over 5,000 workshops, led countless community projects, and touched thousands of lives through her environmental work. Her efforts have earned her several recognitions, including the Changemaker Award by Career After Family Group, Green Rising Entrepreneur Award by Switch On Foundation, and Bharat Dignity Award by Newsmania in 2022. She is also president of Wiki Bioenzyme Council. So, friends, without wasting any time, we have so eminent speaker and moderator with us. So now I invite Deepika Jalan to please come over and please moderate, take over the proceedings of this webinar on environment. Welcome you, Deepika.
Thank you, Jyoti ma'am. Thank you so much. I hope I am audible.
Yes, yes.
Uh, Very warm welcome to everyone today.
And before Deepika, you start, is my request to all the Innerville member, if you keep your video on, we all will be very motivated to see you. Speakers will feel connect with you. So it is my kind request to you all, please switch on the video and let's speakers get connected with us. Okay, yeah, Deepika, over to you.
Thank you, Jyoti ma'am. So I'll very warm welcome to each and everyone, and thank you, Jyoti ma'am, for such a wonderful introduction. We'll begin with our webinar today. So I'll first introduce our keynote speaker. He hardly needs any introduction, but his journey is so extraordinary that it deserves to be shared. I request his flyer to be shared on the screen while I talk about him. Professor Chetan Singh Solanki is a distinguished educator, researcher, innovator, and a certified teacher of the Art of Living's Happiness program. He's currently on unpaid leave from IIT Bombay, traveling the country on what can only be called as a historic mission, the Energy Swaraj Yatra. Since November 2020, he has been living on a solar-powered bus, committed to an 11-year journey that will end only in 2030, without returning home even once. Fondly known as the Solar Man of India, Solar Gandhi, and now the Climate Yogi, Professor Solanki's mission is to inspire 100% solar energy adoption to fight climate change. His work has been recognized by Prime Minister Modi, the government of Madhya Pradesh, and many global organizations. At IIT Bombay, he has led pioneering projects like the National Center for Photovoltaic Research and Education and the SOULS project, which has brought clean light to more than 7.5 million families. His honors include IEEE Global Grand Prize, the Prime Minister's Innovation Award, 3 Guinness World Records, and recognition among the world's top environmental leaders. He has spoken at the United Nations in Geneva, delivered TED Talks, and addressed leading companies like Google, Intel, Shell, and BlackRock. He's authored 8 books, published over 100 research papers, and holds 4 US patents. In just few years of his yatra, he has already traveled over 65,000 kilometers, met more than 3.5 lakh people, and is working to bring energy literacy to 100 crore Indians while helping 1 crore families go fully solar. After successfully leading the Indore climate mission, he has now launched the Finite Earth movement, about which Professor will be talking today, a youth-led global call for climate action, aiming to engage 1 billion people by 2027. So I now warmly welcome Professor Chetan Singh Solanki to speak and share with us how we as members of Inner Wheel can play our part in tackling the climate crisis and how we can integrate solar energy into our daily lives. Please enlighten us, Professor.
All right. Thank you so much. A very happy evening to all of you. Just Deepika ji, if you can confirm, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
So thank you very much once again. A very happy evening to Jyoti ji, Suruchi ji, Priya ji, and all other speakers who are going to be part of the event today. It is indeed my pleasure that you all called me for discussing with you. Before I start, let me ask all of you to just say that I only talk to happy people. And so while you're listening to me, please be happy, even if you're sad inside. भले ही पति से आज ही झगड़ा किया हो ताजा ताजा, that's okay. But God has given so much science, technology, everything, for TV, fridge, washing machine. But if I ask people, how are you, they say fine. एंड आई कीप सेइंग कि भगवान को बहुत बुरा लगता होगा जब सुनते होंगे कि इंसान को इतना दिया और फिर भी फाइन ही है. सो माय सिंसियर रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू टू बी हैप्पी, एंड द प्रूफ दैट यू आर हैप्पी इज अ स्माइल. एंड as Jyoti mentioned, yeah, if you keep your videos on, I'll know whether smile is maintained throughout the talk or not. So my sincere request to all of you. All right, I'm going to share my screen, and hopefully I'll be allowed to do that. I think I'm allowed to do that.
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Yeah, 1 minute. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to talk to you today is very simple, and I think it's just a common sense that on a finite earth can we have ever growing consumption? That is what is going to be topic. And uh, before I go further, let me give you a warning that please don't listen to me, because if you're going to listen to me, a lot of things that you understand as a sustainability will change. Your life is going to be changed today onwards. So if you don't mind changing, then most welcome to listen to me. Or if you're allergic to change, don't listen to me too carefully, at least. With this note, what I'm going to do is bring you clarity on what is climate change, why, when, how of climate change. That's a lot of time. There's a lot of confusion, a lot of noise around. I will introduce you to the concept of finite Earth, as Deepika ji has mentioned. That is what I am traveling all across the country now to bring this idea and making it part of life. Mission, and then I'll introduce that how it is aligned with mission life, ESG, SDG, anything that you think of sustainability. And the most important thing is what I can do in my day-to-day life. So I hope you are ready to change and willing to listen to me. Can I take that as yes?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes,
Everybody
yes,
is eager
sir,
to
of
listen.
course. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. As Deepika just mentioned, my another introduction is that I'm a professor at IIT Bombay, and मैं शादीशुदा हूँ. मेरी 2 बेटियां हैं, but मैंने 11 साल के लिए अपना घर छोड़ा है. Last time when I was at my home, it was 2020, and next time when I will go home, it is going to be 2031. And I keep asking, why would a professor of IIT Bombay with married person, 2 daughters, will leave home for 11 years? There can be 2 reasons. One, that professor has gone crazy, दिमाग का screw ढीला हो गया है. Or there is a genuine reason. Looking at me, a lot of people tell me that screw ढीला तो नहीं लगता, which means there is a genuine reason, and that is the climate change. I'll come to that. Well, I've been traveling all across the country. This bus that you see in the picture is my home. There is a bed inside, kitchen, washroom, library, office, temple, garden. Everything is inside, and there are solar panels also on the top that powers everything. Well, let me start asking one simple question to all of you, that if we take a snapshot of the world, how would it look like? दुनिया कैसे दिखेगी? एक जादू के हमारे पास कोई डिवाइस आ जाए तो क्या दिखेगा? हम दुनिया को एक फोटो में देखना चाहें तो कैसे दिखेंगे? Well, there are 3 things possible: growth, sustenance, or degradation. To my surprise, what is growing is everything that is not essential for survival. AI, computer, mobile, जिसके बिना हम जी सकते हैं, that is all growing, leaps and bounds. On the other hand, जिसके बिना हम जी नहीं सकते, air, water, and soil, they are all degrading. Air quality is degrading, water quality is degrading, soil quality is degrading. जिसके बिना जी नहीं सकते, so essential for survival. And that is where the question that I keep asking, is there any problem in the world? Is there something wrong in this world? And an answer is definitely there is something terribly wrong. जिस पानी को खुद पीना है उसको कैसे खराब कर सकते हैं? जिस मिट्टी से खुद खाना उगा के खाना है उसको कैसे खराब कर सकते हैं? जिस हवा को खुद ही ब्रीथ करना, how can we pollute it? But we modern humans have been doing it. So there is something wrong, and that wrong is actually now visible in the form of climate change. Summers, winters, monsoon, everything has changed. Nothing is same anymore. Summers ज़्यादा hot हो रहे हैं, monsoon का भरोसा नहीं है. Winters are becoming shorter. There are floods. There are forest fires. In fact, the picture on the left-hand bottom of this screen is what I have taken myself. ये उड़ीसा का picture है. There used to be a village at this place, and you see, but it is not anymore. Why? The sea level is rising and the village got submerged. What is remaining is the temple of the village and hand pump of the village. So climate is not only changing, it has already changed, and it is becoming catastrophic every passing year. That is the wrong thing that we have done on this planet. Ask people why it has happened. And a lot of people get confused. They say because of pollution, because of deforestation. Well, answer is only one. There is only one reason why climate has changed, and that is the use of energy. जब से इंसानों के हाथ में एनर्जी लगी है, खास करके कार्बन बेस्ड एनर्जी, तब से दुनिया में गड़बड़ होना चालू हुआ है. So we all know 1850 is industrialization, beginning of industrialization. What happened in 1850? We started using coal. 1900, we started using crude oil. 1950, we started using gas. And look at today, Today in 2025, what we are using coal, oil, gas, solar, wind, biomass, hydro, nuclear, इतना सब कुछ यूज करते हैं. But these three curves, coal, oil, and gas, they all put together is 80 to 85% of the energy. Which means solar, wind, biomass, hydro, nuclear, they're all very tiny portion. And the problem is that coal, oil, and gas all are made out of carbon. And every time when we burn carbon, there is only one reaction, that is carbon plus oxygen equal to carbon dioxide plus energy. We all use energy. We all use energy every time. And what do we do with the carbon dioxide? I keep asking. If anyone want to respond, what do we do with the carbon dioxide? For example, at our home, when we are cooking on LPG, so LPG is a carbon base. What is happening? Carbon dioxide is a byproduct. What do we do with that carbon dioxide? I keep asking. People say we release this in the atmosphere, as if atmosphere is our father's property. It is not our father's property, right? But we treat atmosphere as our father's property. जिन्होंने एटमॉस्फेयर देखा नहीं लाइफ में, ये पिक्चर उसके लिए काफी है. इतना ब्यूटीफुल प्लैनेट है, ब्लू प्लैनेट, उसमें एक छोटा सा जो ब्लू लेयर है, दैट इज एटमॉस्फेयर, एंड बियॉन्ड दैट देयर इज नथिंग, इट्स ऑल वैक्यूम. With the science and technology and economic growth, atmosphere is not growing. But what is growing? The emissions are growing. And where the emissions are going? In the atmosphere. What we have done? We have actually made atmosphere as our garbage bin. बड़ा वाला garbage bin, एक garbage bin होता है, हमारे घर में होता है. और ये जो garbage bin है, ये बड़ा वाला है. घर के garbage bin को खाली कर सकते हैं. ये बड़ा वाला जो एटमॉस्फेयर है, जिसको हमने garbage bin बना, जो हमारा घर है, जिसके बिना हम जी नहीं सकते, जिसके बिना अर्थ में सर्वाइव नहीं करेंगे, कॉस्मिक रेडिएशन हमको किल कर देगी. What we have done? We have made garbage bin atmosphere as our big garbage bin, and that's a disaster of modern life. And when we are throwing carbon emission, well, every activity, I keep saying, आप सब लोग ब्रश करते होंगे रोज सुबह. Brushing teeth is a dangerous activity. Believe me, it's a very dangerous activity. You know why? To brush your teeth, you need toothpaste. That has to be manufactured energy. But हम लोग मान लोगे ब्रश टूथपेस्ट को ट्यूब में नहीं खरीदते, उस पर पैकेज होना चाहिए. तो पैकेज बनाने में एनर्जी लगी. फिर हमारा टूथपेस्ट कहाँ बना है, वी डू नॉट नो. इट हैज टू बी ट्रांसपोर्टेड, दैट विल टेक एनर्जी. बट द शॉपकीपर इज गोइंग टू कीप द टूथपेस्ट, दैट इज गोइंग टू टेक एनर्जी, इज गोइंग टू रन लाइट फैन. ऐसे then we go and buy toothpaste, we are going to go buy vehicle, that is going to take energy. But toothpaste is not enough, we need toothbrush, again manufacturing, packaging, transportation, that takes energy. But only toothpaste and toothbrush is not enough, we need water. For water we need pipe is made out of iron has to be mined and refined, lot of energy. फिर मोटर चाहिए, मोटर में मैग्नेट चाहिए, कॉपर वायर चाहिए, उससे भी काम नहीं चलेगा. ओवरहेड टैंक चाहिए तो सीमेंट कंक्रीट चाहिए, उससे भी काम नहीं चलेगा. वॉश बेसिन चाहिए, वॉश बेसिन सेरामिक से बना है, 1800 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड में मेल्ट करना पड़ता है, उससे भी काम नहीं चलेगा. सुबह सुबह सुंदर सा चेहरा देखने के लिए क्या चाहिए? Mirror is made out of quartz, that takes a lot of energy. And our bathroom is closed from all directions, so we need bulb. To run the bulb we need electricity. So many arrangements are required for performing a simple task of our life. It is called brushing teeth. If brushing teeth is so dangerous, imagine what we do: wearing clothes, eating food, traveling, using electricity, paper napkins, sending WhatsApp message, furniture, cement, road, everything is energy. So one thing you should all know, take your pen and paper out, write it on a big bold letters, that every consumption is carbon emission. Please write it down. Every consumption is a carbon emission. And second most dangerous fact is that once carbon is emitted, it is going to be there on an environment for average of 300 years. Which means, you know what? आज जो बढ़िया टेस्टी सा खाना खाएंगे एलपीजी पे पका के, उसका असर दुनिया में कब तक रहेगा? 300 years. The traveling that we are going to make today is going to be there in the atmosphere for 300 years. What a disaster. Our life has become, every single day we contribute to it. So when we talk about environment, and just don't talk about plantation and plastic, no, that's not thing. That's a very tiny part of the story. We are missing the bigger picture, and bigger picture is that every single action, every single consumption is resulting in a carbon emission. This carbon is getting accumulated, the carbon dioxide that we throw. And today, as I'm talking to you, There is 53% extra carbon dioxide sitting in the atmosphere. 53%. Can you believe it? We, the modern humans, have become so dangerous that we have changed our atmosphere by 53%. That is how dangerous we have become. And this 53% carbon dioxide is, carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. It will have its own job. What is the job of greenhouse gas? Greenhouse effect, trapping the heat. So 53% extra carbon dioxide means nature's capacity to trap the heat has increased by 53%. There's 53% more, which means planet is becoming hotter and hotter and hotter. And I'm sure all of you are feeling the heat. That planet is becoming hotter every day. So hot that 24 was declared as the warmest year in the human history. Warmest year. Human history has been 300,000 years. Homo sapiens 3 लाख साल हो गए हमको, और तब से लेके पिछला साल सबसे गर्म साल था. And every physical system has a threshold, like a rubber band. When you pull a rubber band and leave it, it goes to the original state. But ज़्यादा खींचा तो टूट जाएगा, right? Similar to that, the planet, the atmosphere, the climate also has a threshold limits. The global warming has a threshold limit. There are two threshold limit. One is 1.5 degrees centigrade and 2 degrees centigrade. Note it carefully. What is going to happen at 1.5 degrees centigrade? The change in the climate will starts to become irreversible. And by 2 degrees centigrade, the climate change will be completely irreversible. And what will happen beyond 2 degrees centigrade? क्या अचानक प्रलय आएगा, हम सब लोग मारे जाएंगे? आंसर इज नो. ज्योति जी, पीपल कीप आस्किंग, आई कीप सेइंग, चिंता मत करो, कोई प्रलय नहीं आएगा अचानक. इतनी आसान मौत हमें नहीं मिलने वाली. मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ, एक मूवी में जो खतरनाक विलेन होता है ना, हीरो को कैसे मारता है? तड़पा तड़पा के. नेचर हमको वैसे ही मारने वाली, तड़पा तड़पा के. मोर फ्लड्स, more droughts, more heat waves, more forest fire, more ice melting. Everything is going to become more and more and more beyond 2 degrees centigrade. So the question is, how much time is left before we cross this timeline? And the answer is not much. Just for 1.5 degrees centigrade, we are very close to it. We are just standing right at that point. We have only 3, 4, 5 years. That's it. And for 2 degrees centigrade, we have 20 to 25 years, which means by 2045 or 2050, we are going to cross 2 degrees centigrade. Only 20, 25 years. If that is the case, the world has to feel restless. And that is what I feel surprised. ये दुनिया इतनी शांति से कैसे चल रही है? ये बेचैनी क्यों नहीं है? Why people are not feeling restless? Why mothers are not feeling restless? Fathers not feeling restless? Why government is not feeling restless? We have only 20, 25 years, after which no human action will be of any value. 3 things only be possible. There's the suffering, greater suffering, and greater suffering. That's it. And eventually, by the end of the century, the global temperature will rise to minimum 3 degree up to 6 degrees centigrade. What is going to happen at that temperature? Will human life survive? Question mark. How many will survive? We don't know. How are we going to live? Are we going to live in a bunkers? We don't know. So there is a big problem that is standing right at our doorstep, and we are not aware about it. That is the disaster, because I can tell you 99% people do not understand the environment. They do not understand what sustainability is all about. And that's why we are doing something which is not proving effective. Despite having tens and thousands of organizations in the country and the world, climate change is worsening every single year. We don't understand. So the $1 million question you must be thinking now, okay, Professor, tell me, what is the solution to climate change? And I hope everybody wants to be solve the problem of climate change. I take yes, right? All of you want to solve the problem of climate change? Great. Here are the point what you have to learn. Number 1, first you have to ask, who has caused the climate change? किसने किया है? किसने climate change किया है? And whenever I ask this question, a lot of people, all intelligent, smart, educated people, what they say, किसने climate change किया? Humans ने किया है, मैंने थोड़ी किया है. Then I have to remind them, are you not humans? If they correct themselves, they say, हमने किया है. An answer is no, that's not wrong. Not हमने किया है, मैंने किया है. You know why? Because I am the one who is eating food. I am the one who is traveling. I am the one who is buying clothes. I am the one who is using furniture, cement, concrete. So directly and indirectly, each user of energy is contributing to the climate change. So if I ask you question once again, who has caused the climate change? I. And it is very clear answer as to I am the one who has caused the climate change. And if I am the one who has caused the climate change, who is going to solve it? Who is going to solve it? I am going to solve it, not the government, not industry. I can tell you, no matter how powerful the government are, they cannot solve this problem of climate change. They're elected for 4 or 5 years. They will think in a short term, and their main dharma is to win election. Industries cannot solve it because their main dharma is to earn profit. It is you and I, every user of energy, who has to solve the problem. Second thing you have to learn is what is not the solution to climate change. जब हम भारत में जब सिखाना होता है सत्य क्या है, तो पहले क्या सिखाते बताए, असत्य क्या है. What is not the solution, you have to understand. And only when you understand what is not the solution, you will be doing right things. Otherwise, what you will be doing, you'll all be beating around the bush. And unfortunately, a lot of energy of my fellow countrymen, good people, well-meaning people, are going in a wrong direction. So let us start. What is not the solution to the climate change? What is not proving sufficient? Well, number one, planting trees. Yes, planting trees is not the solution, for a simple reason that cancer cannot be treated by taking paracetamol. Climate change cannot be solved by planting trees. You know why? Poor plants, they are growing slowly. Humans are growing very fast. Our consumption is growing very fast. In my calculation, we need 6 to 8 trillion saplings to be planted every year if we really want to absorb annual carbon emission. To your surprise, all the plants and trees put together on this planet, we have only 3 trillion. What we need, 6 to 8 trillion every single year. There's no space for that. So planting trees is a good idea, great thing, we should do it. But thinking that it will solve the problem of environment and climate change is wrong understanding. So what if not plastic? Can we collect the plastic and recycle and decomposing? A lot of people are putting a lot of energy. Yes, we should clean. We should live in a clean environment. We should not throw. But plastic is a tiny, tiny bit of a problem. Even if Lord Shiva comes and says, Tathastu, for all plastic disappeared from the planet, is the environment going to be corrected? No. Climate change is going to be solved? No. Will policy making help? No, because we have been making policies since, Kyoto Protocol, COP meetings, Paris Agreement, this policy. There are so many policies, and I know it very closely. It's not going to work. Technology will solve the problem. Answer is again no. I'm a scientist myself, technologist. Solar has become very advanced. Electric vehicle has come. We are able to go to the moon. 5G, 10G network. What kind of technology is growing by leaps and bounds? But with the technology, problems are also growing, that we all know. So economic growth, no, economic growth is also resulting in fueling more problems. So ladies and gentlemen, please, 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 please understand that cancer cannot be treated by taking paracetamol. All this thing I'm showing is all paracetamol. That is not the real problem. I hope it makes sense to all of you. Third thing, you have to realize that climate change is an emergency. You cannot treat it as a normal subject. You can't say कि अभी मेरे पास time है retirement के बाद, now I'm going to correct the climate change. No, that is not going to work. You have to leave aside everything. I just gave a lecture in school and many principals were there. I told them what you have to do is shut down your schools and colleges for at least 1 month, because your student can learn physics, chemistry, maths later on. But if they do not learn what is climate change and how are you going to correct it, they are going to suffer like anything. So please take, third thing here important, please make our climate change a subject of emergency. Why? Because later on the survival itself will become issue, and it is going to be costly and painful affair for all of us. So there is no time to lose, and you will all be saying, "Acha, okay, now tell me the solution. अभी ये नहीं करेंगे, वो नहीं करेंगे, ऐसा नहीं करेंगे, तो फिर क्या करेंगे?" is the $1,000,000 question that you are all waiting for. Well, I believe that academic institutions should play a very important role in all this. I told you, government industry cannot do it. क्या करना चाहिए? Well, truth को follow करना चाहिए. And what is the truth? 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. That does not change with time. Anything that does not change with time is truth. Whether we go to America or Mars or Moon, or economy is growing or not growing, doesn't matter. 2 plus 2 is always 4, right? Let us follow the truth. And what is the truth? You answer me yes and no, and you know the answer, right? You yourself know what is the truth, okay? Ready for answer, yes or no? Here is the question. Is science improving? Yes. Are technology is improving? Yes. Economy is growing? Yes, very much. Size of the planet Earth growing? No, planet is not growing. Amounts of minerals growing? No. Amount of soil growing? No. Nothing on this planet is growing. Nothing. Nothing. But what we believe, oh, production should grow, consumption should grow, GDP should grow. It is impossible that we are trying. Because everything we take comes from the planet only. Every single thing. My clothes, my furniture, my mobile phone, my bag, my food, my gas, everything is coming from the planet Earth, and planet Earth is not increasing. In fact, we are using 1.7 Earth equivalent resources, 1.7 Earth. There is only one Earth. यदि एक महीने की सैलरी आप एक महीने में खर्च करेंगे, यू विल बी सस्टेनेबल. बट एक महीने की सैलरी 20 दिन में खर्च करेंगे, यू विल ब्रेक डाउन. This is what we are doing. We only one Earth, but we are using 1.7 Earth equivalent, and that's why we are overshooting. We are using too many things. The first thing you have to do is follow and bring back whatever Earth can regenerate in 1 year. You should actually consume in 1 year. That's why एक ही सत्य है. On a finite planet with the finite resources, we can only have finite consumption. And all of you can repeat with me. It's very important that we repeat, on the finite planet with the finite resources, we can only have finite consumption. That's a solution. Until unless we limit, it is not going to be enough. Until unless we limit the number of clothes in our cupboard, until unless I limit the number of shoes we wear, until unless I limit my travel, until unless I limit every single thing that I do on the planet, there is absolutely no way science technology can help us. We are all going to pay the heavy, heavy price for this. And that's why we started what is called the finite earth movement. Finite earth, finite consumption. Why? Because you and I can afford it. When our salary increases, when we get money, when our business increases, our capacity to buy increases. Nature's capacity to supply does not increase. Please note. Nature is as it is. Nature is not changing. Only we are growing. So I can afford, but nature cannot. This is the formula that you should apply before every single decision. That is what I want to request. Again, write this in a bold, bold letters everywhere in your office, in your home, that only I can afford, but nature cannot. So my request to all of you is to make fame as a mass movement. Why? Because we don't have time. We can't wait for policies and technologies. And if you don't do that, survival itself is becoming a problem. So let us make it as a mass movement. What is the mass movement? We have set a target that we are going to reach to 1 billion people in 3 years by 2027. And I believe everybody can do that. It's possible. 1 billion is a huge number. And we are a small organization. How do I believe that we will be able to bring 1 billion people on board? Well, simple. Why? Because what I'm asking to do, inaction is the action for climate correction. क्या करना है? कुछ नहीं करना है. That's a solution. Inaction is the action for climate correction. Not doing something is a great, because we say prevention is better than cure. And that's why I believe whether you're American, African, Indian, young, old, rich, poor, everybody can be part of this movement, and we can really make it as a public movement. The finite earth movement or the fame is very universal. It's a mission life. Prime Minister says this, lifestyle for environment. It's youth centric. It is going to make our economy stronger, and it is a global movement. Everything under the sky is actually part of the finite earth movement. So I hope all of us will join it and say that one planet, one movement, one future, and fame is for all of us, for everybody on this planet. The final section of my presentation is message that what I can do. I understood the problem. I am the problem. I understand the consumption is a problem. What can I do? Well, simple. We have created what is called climate action framework. There are 3 things you need to do in this framework. Number 1, do 1 hour consumption literacy. It is available on our platform. It is all free for everyone. Just 1 hour. Please spend 1 hour, become consumption literate. We are all consuming, but we are not literate. Second thing, follow 2P habits. What is 2P habits? I'll come to it. It says what to do. Third thing is AMG approach. It will tell you how to do it. Okay. So understand consumption, then know what to do, 2P habits, and then how to do it. And then once you do this, 1 minute. These are 2P habits. What is 2P habits? Well, travel less. what happens, Jyoti ji, a lot of people do something for environment, but they are very narrow. Somebody says save the soil, somebody will say save the water, save the plastic. That's not going to work because that's a tiny, we have to look at the 360 degree of it. And after careful thinking, planning, we have come up with the 2P habits. Each of these 5 habits covers almost 20-25% of carbon emission. So all five to put together is 100% of carbon emission. What you have to do? To pay is travel less, use items wisely, purchase cautiously, eat carefully, eliminate electricity waste. Eat carefully. Can you believe it? Eating itself is a dangerous activity because 25% of global emission comes from food industry. 25%. So 5 habits I am sure all of you are going to remember. Repeat with me: travel less, use items wisely, purchase cautiously, eat carefully, and eliminate electricity waste. And for each of these habits, what you have to do? Not follow RRR. You said RRR. Don't say RRR because RRR is an old framework. Reduce, reuse, recycle is old framework. Why it doesn't say avoid? But prevention is 1,000 times better than cure. So avoid is the best thing you can do. And recycle is not easy. Recycle itself takes energy, material, water. So recycling is also cost to environment. So what we say, no, on the name of recycling, don't consume too much. So instead of RRR, I would say follow AMG. What is AMG? A is avoid what is avoidable, and there are a lot of things are avoidable. At my home, for example, there is no refrigerator, there is no geyser, no air conditioner. I stopped ironing my clothes. I don't use soap for taking bath, and there's so many things I don't do. And I'm still happy person. I'm still a happy person. So avoid what is avoidable. If you cannot avoid it, minimize it with efficiency. Use most efficient appliances that you can have. And if you cannot minimize it, then use G, generate as a last option. AMG. And if you don't follow AMG, you know what happens? You'll have to say OMG. Oh my God. Solar is expensive. Oh my God. Sustainability is complicated. Oh my God. This one. No. Follow this. And there are 3 steps you need to do. What? This 2P and MG, who has to change? I have to change. So first thing, change myself. How? Consume less, because I consume high cost, so I correct, so consume less. Number 2, build a team of 10, 11 people. One yourself. So suppose you decided today that I will not buy the new pair of clothes. Bring 10 more people and ask them to join with you. If you decided I will not iron my clothes, bring 10 more people. You decided I will not go to summer vacation to Himalaya, bring 10 more people. So build a team, because carbon dioxide has no boundaries. Whether you emit, I emit, anybody emits, we all pay the same effect, same price. So let us spread it. And I'm sure Innerville, such a beautiful group of women. I mean, all the ladies. I mean, I've been traveling all over the country, and I can tell you that it is only women who's going to solve the problem and save the planet Earth. You know why? Because it is your nature to protect. I think men's do not have that characteristic. They do not have that kindness that women possess. And I sincerely believe that all of you have that power of Durga to really, be protector, and not for anybody else, but our children, because they are going to live longer on this planet. They are going to suffer greater consequences. Third thing, what you have to do is contribute, so that we can all spread. Contribute your time, contribute your money. And one thing I'm going to request you today is one thing I'm going to 1 minute. I'm going to request you right now is contribute. So this is a QR code. I'm going to pause for, let's say, 30 seconds. We, Jyoti ji and everybody else, we do not, take money from the government. We do not. We have stopped taking CSR fund, because we believe that everyone has to be part of the problem and part of the solution. And climate change is not my personal problem. So this is a QR code. If you scan, it will go to the link, and it will ask you for 101 रुपए का contribution है. That is the monthly contribution. I really want all of you to really take your mobile phone out right now and do this, because in absence of fund we cannot reach to everyone. और सिर्फ 1 लाख लोगों को, 10 लाख लोगों को, 100 लाख लोगों को क्लाइमेट करेक्शन में इन्वॉल्व करने से काम नहीं चलने वाला. इट इज अ ग्लोबल प्रॉब्लम of urgency, which means everybody has to do it. So I'm just taking a pause right now. I really request all of you, just 101 rupees. I'm sure everybody who is a member of Innerville would be able to contribute today. It is a recurring donation, by the way, which means 101 rupees per month is what it is going to ask. So you have to set yes for the recurring donation. All right, 15 more seconds. I'm sorry, I'm taking your precious time and also precious resource. Money is a precious resource for everyone, but I really feel that climate change is not my personal problem. It is everyone's problem, and it's it's not we. And I keep saying that those who are in 40s and 50s, we are going to be on this planet for another maybe 30 years, maybe 40 years. But the children who are in schools and colleges today, they are going to be there for at least 60, 70, 80 years. They are the one who is going to suffer more and uh, uh, pay the greater consequences. So I hope you've done it. If not, you can take a picture of this so that if you do not get time right now, you will be able to do it. But take one pledge today that no matter what, you're going to do it today itself. In summary, I want you to remember the 6 climate mantras, takeaway message, 6 takeaway message that you should do. Number 1, recognize that the climate change is an urgency. It is not a normal subject. You can't treat it कि जब मेरे पास टाइम होगा अभी नए साल में करेंगे. No, you have to leave aside everything and do it right now. It's a subject of urgency. Number 2, please realize that on a finite earth, only finite consumption is possible. We can't keep increasing our consumption. We have to limit consumption as a step number 1. Then only technology, then only policy is going to have use. Number 3, every act of consumption is carbon emission. Every single thing you are emitting carbon dioxide. Number 4, I consume, I cause, so I must correct. Please realize that it is I who is responsible and I must correct it. Number 5, follow 2P habits. I'm sure 2P has become, let us make 2P as part of our life. Put 2P everywhere in our corners, paint it, draw it, print it, put it in an office, put a 2P cutout. Number 6, follow AMG, avoid, minimize and generate, because that is the ultimate formula that we all must follow. And 5 immediate action you can take is become part of the partner. I really invite Innerville to become a official partner of the Finite Earth movement. And as I said, as a women power, you can do wonders, and I really wish that you're part of it. We all need everyone. You can start a special cell in your Innerville climate action cell. Put 2P cutouts. By the way, I because of the shortage of time, there are other speakers. I know there is a portal where all of you can register and do this consumption literacy. The portal is very simple, energyswaraj.org. Once you go to energyswaraj.org, you can click to join the movement and do this. So please do that. A lot of details are available on this folder. You can download there. This I already shared. Those who missed it can still take a picture of this and make sure that you contribute at least 100 रुपया आज इसके लिए. And finally, I would want to really invite all of you to be the part of the Finite Earth movement, simply because I can afford it, but nature cannot. So with this note, thanks to all the partners who have been helping us in our movement. A lot of people are joining. Thanks to all of you. And I stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the insightful information, everything. And I'm sure each and every one of us will some other way, take there is a lot of takeaways from your speech today. So we'll definitely incorporate that. With this, I will now proceed with the next speaker today. She's Sonika
In case
Basi.
there is time and if there are 1 or 2 burning questions, I can take it. But I understand if there's other speaker, you can go ahead. But thank you so much.
Sure, sir. We'll do the question answer session after all the speakers are done. So we request you to be there on the program if possible.
Yeah, somebody asked, what do you do with the money? Well, with the money, we reach out to more people. We hire bigger team, creatives, promotions, social media, traveling, a lot of things. The whole purpose of money is to reach out to more people because we want everybody on board. Thank you.
Perfect, sir. Thank you, sir, so much. So our next speaker for today is Sonika Basheen. She is a media professional, a mindful mother, a powerful voice in the sustainability space, What began as a personal shift after the birth of her son has evolved into a lifestyle rooted in conscious choices, minimal waste, and meaningful impact. Sonika doesn't just speak about sustainability, she lives it every single day, inspiring over 80,000 followers on Instagram with her honest real life journey from eco friendly parenting to practical eco waste tips. She makes sustainable living accessible, doable, and deeply human. Her work and message have been featured across multiple media platforms, making her a shining example of someone who truly walks the talk. I now warmly welcome Sonika Bhasin to share her journey with us and help us as members of Inner Wheel discover how we can make sustainability a part of our own daily lives in a way that's simple, meaningful, and impactful. Welcome, Sonika.
Thank you so much. Sorry, thank you so much, Deepika. That was that was really sweet of you. I'm so happy to be here, and I love to talk to people about this subject because I'm very passionate about it. And she's already given my introduction, but just to give you a brief introduction, I've been in the media industry for the last 22 years, and over the last 5 years, we have lived without any dustbins in our house. We don't trash anything, and we try to be as minimal and as less wasteful as possible. And how did that happen? Let me tell you. My son was born 6 years ago, and I actually bought a cloth diaper from online. And I had no idea what it was and how to use it and all of that. And while I was trying to figure out what to do with it, I stumbled on this whole information about how disposable diapers are very harmful for the environment. And I had no idea. I did not know that anything disposable can be harmful and why is it harmful and all of that. So I started doing a lot of reading up. And that's when I really read up a lot about climate change, about the whole crisis of the environment, about the waste crisis. We are living in the biggest waste crisis in history. And, I got a little scared that, my God, I have just brought a new child into this world. And, what is this planet that I'm leaving behind for him? And if I can't do anything for his own future, then what good is anything else? I can send him to the best school. I can, do whatever. I can get him the best stuff. But if he's not going to have a comfortable life, if he's not going to have resources, what is the point? So I started figuring out what can we do as a family to not contribute to this crisis, but to contribute towards the solution. And so we started taking small steps, very small, tiny steps, which really did not change much in our lifestyle, but we were just becoming more conscious. And I think it is more about being conscious and mindful than anything else. And as Chetan sir just said, the biggest thing that I realized was that we are currently living in an era of overconsumption. And overconsumption is the biggest issue that we are facing right now, because everything that is produced from some resources, and these resources are not unlimited. And as we are using up more and more resources, we are taking away from our own kids' future. So the easiest thing that we can all do is just to, look at how much we consume and realize that, can I avoid this? Do I really need to buy this? Do I really need to accept it? Sometimes we are given free things. Do I really need it? If I don't need it, if you don't need it, don't take it. You go to a mall, they give you sachets of ketchup. Do you really need it? No, you don't need it, so you don't take it. Or you just refuse things that you don't need. And you also buy less. This was the first step that we took. And this is something that everybody can do. It's very easy. You will save money, you will save time, you will save, a lot of space mentally. And you are doing a huge thing by contributing towards the environment, is just by consuming less. And the second thing that I realized was that we are living in this huge garbage crisis. So what can we do to reduce the waste that we generate? And there are many things that we can do. So one of the things that we started with, as I said, was cloth diapering. So we did not use any disposable diapers. And slowly and gradually, we started just, thinking of every disposable thing that we use, no matter what it is made of, whether it is cotton balls, whether it is tissue paper, whether it is aluminium foil, whether it is a paper cup. It does not matter what it is made of. If you're going to use it once or twice or thrice and throw it, again, it has used a lot of resources to get produced, to get transported to you, and you are just using it once or twice and you're throwing it away, right? So that is also a huge crisis. And I realized that all we had to do was look back. What did we do 20 years, 30 years ago? What did our parents do when they were kids? What did we do when we were kids? And it is all there. We were all living very sustainably. We would all leave our houses with our own bottles, with our own bags. There was no disposable thing available. There was nothing like that. We just carried our things with us everywhere. And that's exactly what we have started doing now. So it is extremely simple. We carry everything with us when we leave the house, so that we don't end up using any disposables. We don't use anything disposable at home. We just use everything reusable. And there is a reusable option for every single disposable thing that exists. The other thing that we started doing was segregating our waste, which is very easy. It sounds very daunting, but it is not at all. You just need to figure out a system in your house that works for you. The system that works for us in our house is that we have a small container on our kitchen counter, and the whole day, all the peels that we use to make food keep going into that. And at the end of the day, we put it into our composter. So that is a big step that we took. We started composting at home. And again, composting at home is very easy. My son has been doing it since he was 2 years old. And he's 6 years old now, and he gives workshops to other people on how to compost. So composting is actually very, very easy at home. It is not at all difficult. It takes us 1 minute a day. That's it. 1 minute. You open your composter, put your wet waste, cover it with browns, cover the lid. That's it. That's all you have to do. It takes less than 1 minute in a day. It does not smell. It does not cause any issues. And like Chetan sir had also mentioned, one of the biggest wastes that go to the landfill every day is wet waste. So if we can just compost it at home, we avoid sending a huge amount of wet waste to the landfill. And wet waste in landfills is extremely harmful. It causes a lot of issues. So our aim was to not do that. And the second thing that we started doing was we started buying a lot of our food package free, like groceries. Okay, so you go to a supermarket, you have rice, dal, atta, everything is available loose. If you just carry your own containers and your own bags, you can actually get everything in that without really taking anything in plastic. So we started doing that, and so we reduced a lot of our grocery packets and everything that comes in plastic. Then we also started, looking for other options which are package free, which are all around us. You can go to a kirana store, you will find package free things. You go to a dry fruit store, you can go to a mithai shop, you can go to a snack shop. Everywhere you get things which are in bulk. All you have to do is carry your own containers. All you have to do is carry your own containers, and then you avoid all of that. So we started avoiding all of that, and so we were generating very less waste. And whatever little waste we do generate, because obviously we are living in a city, there will be some waste that we generate. We found a recycler near us who could give it where we could send it for recycling. And a lot of people feel that recycling is only about plastic. No, recycling is not only about plastic. Everything else, glass, paper, cardboard, e-waste, metals, aluminium foil. There is so many things that can be, clothes can be recycled, shoes can be recycled. So there are a lot of things that can actually be recycled or reused rather than us sending it to the landfill. So these are some of the steps that we started taking. We did not do anything overnight. We took one step at a time, and slowly and gradually we also started buying sustainable products from Indian sustainable brands rather than buying, from your regular FMCG brand. So whether it is personal care products, like shampoo, toothpaste, conditioner, shower gel, all these things we just stopped using. We just use soap bar, shampoo bar, all these things are available. We switched to a sustainable detergent because detergents are also full of very toxic chemicals. And when you are actually washing your clothes with these detergents, or when you're wearing your clothes, your skin is the largest organ in your body, and your skin absorbs all of these things. So it's actually very harmful for you as well. This is another thing I realized, that anything which is not good for the environment is actually not good for our health at all. Because all of these things are full of BPA, they are full of endocrine disrupting chemicals, all of these things. So why use it, when alternatives are available? And we are very lucky to be in a day and age, especially in our country, where all these alternatives are very, very easily available. So what I started doing was as I started learning, I started posting about this on Instagram. Whatever I learned, whatever I discovered, I started posting it. And a lot of people showed a lot of interest and there was a great response. So I realized that people really do want to, somebody's asking for alternatives. Uh, what I've started doing is on my Instagram page, I have made highlights, which are like this thing that comes above the reels. And in those highlights, I have put all the information, whether it is how to compost at home, whether it is what to buy. So I have listed the products that we use. None of this is sponsored. It is everything that I use. I have a highlight called I use. All the products that I use are over there. There is a guide on composting. There is something we make at home called bioenzyme. This bioenzyme is a replacement for all household cleaners and it is made with leftover fruit peels and jaggery. It's very easy to make. It's the cheapest cleaning product that you can use. And the best part is that when this goes down the drain, instead of polluting our water, polluting everything that it touches, it actually nourishes it and it makes it better. So we use bioenzyme. Again, how to make bioenzyme is there on my Instagram. It's very, very easy to make. I have several reels. My son again has been making it since he was 2 years old. So there are these, lot of small things that we can start doing in our day-to-day lives just to be more mindful and just to be more conscious about this world that we are living in. Because, this is our only home. And I wanted to share something with you. One second. So I read this somewhere and I think it really resonated with me and I wanted to share it with you. It said, someone asked me, why do you care so much about the environment? And I said, it's because I live here. And we sometimes forget that we are all living here. This is our own home. This is not somebody else's. It is not, oh, I don't have to care about it. We have to care about it because we are living here. Our children are going to grow up here. Our grandchildren are going to grow up here. And if we are not mindful about it, what a world are they going to live in? We are already seeing so many natural disasters. We are seeing so many heat waves. We are seeing so much pollution. All of this is all interconnected and we are all living here. So it's my sincere request to everyone to just think about it. That is where it all starts. Just start thinking about it and just take small, tiny steps. That does not change anything. I'm a working professional. My husband is a working professional and I have, it's not like we have all the time in the world, but we are still able to do this living in a big city with busy lives. So it doesn't take any effort. It doesn't take extra time. Just do whatever you can. Just start taking these small steps and you will have a big impact. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonika, for such practical and simple tips. We will definitely share your Instagram links so that everybody here can take inputs from you and your journey. Thank you for joining us today. And please stay until the last if you can, if you have the time, because there will be some questions that people are really eager to know. They have been asking in the chat also. So it is time to welcome our next speaker. Our next speaker is Ashish Kansal. He is turning waste into opportunity quite literally. Ashish is the founder of Respun, an organization dedicated to collecting and recycling old clothes while creating rural livelihoods and green jobs. Their pan-India doorstep collection services covers over 28,000 pin codes. This is so wonderful. Taking everything from dirty clothes to torn and unusable garments, even undergarments, and giving them a second life through upcycling and recycling. With over 7 years of experience in sustainable sector across Asia and Europe, Ashish is passionate about building innovative business models that create real environmental and social impact. Through his work, he has not only reduced textile waste, but also empowered communities. So I now welcome Ashish to share his journey with us and show us how, as members of Inner Wheel, we can rethink textile waste and play a part in closing the loop. Welcome, Ashish.
Hey, so thanks a lot, Deepika, for having me here. I think it's really really humbled to be among such amazing speakers and with such a big group of these amazing women. So I am Arshish, the founder at Respun, and being in this, starting my career in sustainability and studying a lot and understanding how supply chains work over across the world, there are two things I realized. Which one? The first was that, which was very well articulated by Mr. Solanki, that everything that we do takes energy. Every action, has a consequence on the environment. And the second thing that I realized, that among this generation, or in the last 20, 30 years, the growth of fashion waste has just increased significantly. And this can be due to various factors, due to availability, due to e-commerce, due to rising disposable incomes. So, and that is what we decided to change. So at Respun, what we essentially do is we recycle old clothes, and we recycle all kinds of old clothes, that may be your old jeans, old t-shirts, bed sheets, even older undergarments. And in this process, we also are able to employ rural women, whom we train in sorting and segregating different types of old clothes. And why do we recycle old clothes? Because one, that the waste generation in clothes is so high. And then the second part is that we have not realized this yet, but most of our clothes nowadays, especially with polyester, everything is made of synthetics. And like most of the clothes are made from polyester, and once they end up in the landfill, they don't decompose. The other part is that we always have thought that donation or donating our old clothes is the solution to getting rid of clutter in your cupboards. But the reality is that only 10% of what you donate is actually used. The rest is disposed of more irresponsibly, and again, that ends up in the landfills. And once the clothes end up in the landfills, the chemicals in them, the synthetics in them, the colors in them, they all go into our soil, into air and water. And if you look at, if you have a chance ever to go to any landfill, you'll realize that a lot of the things that are there, a lot of the waste that is there is made of old clothes. So these are just some numbers from across the world. There are 92 million tons of waste that ends up in the landfill every year of clothes. And if I was to put it into context, this is one full truckload landing into landfills every minute. So this is what we do with old clothes. Uh, we convert them back into fibers and yarns and felts. So these are three byproducts that we make out of old clothes. And once it is converted into these shapes, it can be used in the industry in various applications for creating new fabrics, for creating new products. So, what can you do, and especially what you as members of Inner Wheel can do? So, we work with a lot of communities, companies, resident societies to conduct collection drives where old clothes can be collected and be recycled. So, in the past 3 months, we have worked with different Inner Wheels, Rotary clubs, even a lot of road track clubs are reaching out to us, the younger ones. So the first photo is, of course, it's Deepika, and then we had a recent collection drive with Rotary Club Shimla and also in Maharashtra. So this is one way we can collaborate, where you can engage not only the members but also the people that you know around your city, and helping us deepen the impact of this whole collaboration. And then these are just some other few small tips that you can do to make your fashion choices more sustainable. So, when it comes to reading labels, whenever we buy new clothes, it's always about just reading the price tag. So, what I urge you to do is that you also read that what it is made of, and always give a preference to natural clothes that is made of cotton or linen, so that because they're better for the environment, and also they're better at being recycled, and also they decompose. And the third underrated habit is that we need to wash our clothes well. So since like Sonika ji mentioned that she uses bioenzymes, that is also something that helps increase the life of clothes. And washing them well, keeping them well, storing them well, really increases their life. So yes, I think I'm just now I'm reiterating what was just mentioned before, that we all need to buy less. Uh, if we can afford it, does not mean that we should buy it. And whenever you buy, try and buy good quality or natural, so that you know it's gonna last you many years, and you don't need to throw it immediately or after a few uses. And once uh, the clothes are worn and they cannot be worn anymore, then we encourage you to recycle it. Yeah. So that was it from my side. Yes.
Thank you, Archie's, for telling us about your organization. Please share us the details, how people can collaborate with you to, uh, install recycling collection bins, and also to send the textile that they have collected in various drives, because Inner Wheel does lot of activities related to this, you already know, so that we can share it in our groups and everybody can, you know, contribute in some other way. Thank you so much for coming here today.
Thank
Um,
you.
thank you. So our next speaker for today is Priyasha Singhania from Hula Deck Recycling. She is an alumnus of Modern High School for Girls and J.D. Birla Institute, and holds an MSc in International Management with a specialization in marketing from Trinity College, Dublin. She is currently the Executive Vice President, Branding and Communication at Hula Deck, with over 6 years of experience in purpose-driven communication. Priyasha has led award-winning sustainability campaigns and pioneered emotional uh, branding in circular economy space. For her, branding is not just visibility, it's about driving real behavioral change. She is also a strong advocate for young women in leadership, breaking barriers in a male dominated industry. I now welcome Priyasha Singhania to speak and share about Hula Deck and how we as members of Innerwheel can contribute meaningfully to waste management so that we can bring about real behavioral change. Welcome.
Hello everyone, namaste. Thank you Deepika for this. Thank you Jyoti ji for this opportunity, and I'm so happy and honored to be sharing this platform with Chetan sir, with Sonika ji, and with Ashish ji. So thank you so much for having me. We've had a very long association with Innerwheel, so thank you to all the districts and all the clubs who have associated with us over the years. सो जैसे कि दीपिका जी ने बताया, मेरा नाम प्रियाशा है, मैं हूला डेक रिसाइकलिंग में काम करती हूँ. सो वी आर अ ई वेस्ट रिसाइकलिंग कंपनी. नाउ व्हाट इज ई वेस्ट? बहुत ही सिंपल डेफिनेशन है. ई वेस्ट इज एनी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक और इलेक्ट्रिकल वेस्ट. So anything that runs on electricity or battery can be e-waste. चाहे वो आपका किचन का मिक्सर ग्राइंडर हो, चाहे वो एक चिमनी हो, माइक्रोवेव अवन हो, या फिर आपका लैपटॉप हो, या फिर आपका फ़ोन हो, या फिर आपका इलेक्ट्रिक ट्रिमर, हेयर ड्रायर हो. सो एनीथिंग दैट रन्स ऑन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी और बैटरी कैन बी ई वेस्ट. यूजुअली क्या होता है, ई वेस्ट को लेके काफ़ी मिसकंसेप्शन रहता है. पीपल थिंक दैट ई वेस्ट इज योर IT प्रोडक्ट्स ओनली. आपके फ़ोन्स, लैपटॉप्स, चार्जर्स, यही ई वेस्ट में आते हैं, बट दैट इज़ रॉन्ग. एनीथिंग लाइक, मैं बार बार इसलिए बोल रही हूँ बिकॉज बहुत कुछ अब आपको याद आएगा जो आप कंसिडर नहीं करते थे ई वेस्ट. जैसे आपके बच्चों का रिमोट कंट्रोल टॉय, वो भी ई वेस्ट है. आपका AC का रिमोट भी ई वेस्ट है, राइट? सो मैं एक स्लाइड बस शेयर करूंगी, एक बहुत सिंपल चीज़ दिखाने के लिए. एक क्वेश्चन पूछना है मेरे को आप लोग सबसे. आपके पास अभी जब ई वेस्ट होता है तो अब आप क्या करते हो? इफ आई कैन इफ एनीवन कैन राइट इट इन द चैट. ये तीनों ऑप्शंस में क्या आप उसको होल्ड करते हो घर में, एक गोडाउन में, छोटे से लॉफ्ट में पड़ा हुआ है, या फिर आप उसको बेचते हो, या फिर आप उसको रिसाइकल करते हो? आप क्या करते हो?
ज्यादातर लोग लोकल
Yeah.
रिसाइकलर्स को
Is
ही
anyone
करेंगे?
writing? Sell to scrap dealer, yes, very common. Yeah. तो ये बहुत ही कॉमन है, सबके घर में होता है. एक बहुत ही फेमस पर्सनालिटी है जो सबके घर में आता है, उसको हम कबाड़ी वाला बोलते हैं. वो आपके न्यूज़पेपर्स भी ले जाता है, वो आपके प्लास्टिक डिब्बे भी ले जाता है, अमेज़न के पार्सल्स के जो कार्टन्स है वो भी ले जाता है. एंड अगर घर में कुछ पुराना इलेक्ट्रिकल का सामान है जो नहीं चल रहा है, वो भी हम उसे ही बेच देते हैं. But we don't realize that when we are disposing our electronic or electrical gadgets through a कबाड़ी वाला, तो क्या होता है. इसके लिए ये जानना ज़रूरी है कि आपके इलेक्ट्रिकल गैजेट्स में एक केमिकल या फिर एक टॉक्सिक सब्सटेंस रहता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेड रहता है, आपके ट्यूबलाइट्स में मर्क्यूरी है, आपके सीपीयूज में कैडमियम रहता है. सो ऑल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एंड इलेक्ट्रिकल डिवाइसेस हैव सम टॉक्सिक सब्सटेंस. नाउ व्हेन यू आर गिविंग अवे योर इलेक्ट्रिकल गैजेट टू अ कबाड़ी वाला और अ लोकल स्क्रैप डीलर, वो क्या करेगा, अपनी काम की चीज़ निकाल देगा. क्या काम की चीज़ है, वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइस में जो कॉपर है, जो गोल्ड है, जो प्लैटिनम है, जो मेटल कंपोनेंट है जिससे एक्चुअली उसे पैसे मिलेंगे, वो कंपोनेंट को एक्सट्रैक्ट कर देगा एंड उसको सेल कर देगा. दैट्स हाउ ही विल मेक मनी. जो बचे हुए प्लास्टिक एंड ग्लास के कंपोनेंट्स है या फिर जो टॉक्सिक सब्सटेंस है, वो उसके कोई काम का नहीं है, ना ही वो उसको कोई रीसेल वैल्यू मिलेगा उससे. तो व्हाट ही डज इज दैट वो प्लास्टिक एंड ग्लास को वो फेंक देता है, चाहे वो लैंडफिल में जाता है या फिर वो पानी में चला जाता है, जो हमारे एनवायरनमेंट को पोल्यूट करता है. एंड साथ में जब ये टॉक्सिक गैसेस को हम बर्न करते हैं या फिर पानी में फेंकते हैं, it reaches us as well, so it causes a lot of health impact also. अब आप देखोगे कि एस्थमा जैसे डिजीजेस या फिर कैंसर जैसे डिजीजेस कितने कॉमन हो गए होंगे, क्योंकि एवरी डे हम टन्स ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक एंड इलेक्ट्रिकल गैजेट्स को जला रहे हैं. एवरी डे वो प्लास्टिक एंड ग्लास जिससे आपका कंप्यूटर बनता है, फ़ोन बनता है, मिक्सर बनता है, माइक्रोवेव बनता है, वो हम जला रहे. तो अगर हम जलाएंगे तो वो प्लास्टिक बर्न होगा, पोल्यूशन होगा, एंड वही एयर हम ब्रीथ कर रहे हैं. राइट. सो दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस व्हेन यू आर गिविंग अवे योर वेस्ट टू अ कबाड़ी वाला. ऑल्सो एक बहुत अलार्मिंग टेक्निक है जो एक कबाड़ी वाला यूज़ करता है कि क्या आप जानते हो कि आपके इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गैजेट्स में सोना है, आपके फ़ोन्स में, आपके मदरबोर्ड्स में, आपके सीपीयूज़ में सोना है, देयर इज़ गोल्ड. एक रिसर्च ये भी बोलती है कि अगर इंडिया का सारा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वेस्ट रिसाइकल होने लग गया और सारा सोना प्रोक्योर होने लग गया, तो गोल्ड का प्राइसेस बहुत गिर जाएगा एंड इट विल बिकम वेरी अफोर्डेबल फॉर पीपल टू परचेज. सो अगर एज अ कबाड़ी वाला व्हाट ही डज इज टू एक्सट्रैक्ट दैट गोल्ड, बिकॉज गोल्ड विल गिव हिम अ लॉट ऑफ मनी. वो क्या करता है, वो एक एसिड का ड्रम लेगा, एक ड्रम में एसिड भरेगा एंड देन ही विल डिप द मदरबोर्ड और अ फोन प्रोसेसर इन दैट एसिड. वो डिप करने से, क्योंकि सोना उसके अंदर सोना है, वो पिघल के नीचे एक लेयर बन जाएगा एंड ऊपर में एसिड रहेगा. जब सारा सोना वो लेयर बन गया तब वो उसको ड्रेन कर देगा, एसिड को ड्रेन कर देगा. जो बचा हुआ सोना है वो उसको सॉलिडिफाई करके बेचेगा. तो आप इमेजिन करो, एक तो वो एसिड ड्रेन कर रहा है सॉइल में, तो वो सॉइल हमेशा के लिए इनफर्टाइल हो गया, ना उसमें कभी कोई क्रॉप्स ग्रो हो सकता है, ना कभी आप उसमें प्लांटेशन कर सकते हो, कुछ नहीं. सेकेंडली, जो सोना बचता भी हो, बहुत लो क्वालिटी सोना होता है, वो प्रोक्योर करके एंड बहुत सारा सोना वेस्ट हो जाता है एंड देन वो सोना बेचता है. सो these are the techniques that a kabadi wala uses. Now when you give your waste to a recycler, क्या होता है, एक रिसाइकलर हर कंपोनेंट को रिसाइकल करता है. वो मेटल को भी प्रोक्योर करेगा, वो प्लास्टिक को भी रिसाइकिल करेगा, वो ग्लास को भी रिसाइकिल करेगा, एंड ही विल ऑल्सो डिस्पोज द टॉक्सिक सब्सटेंस दैट इज प्रेजेंट इन योर इलेक्ट्रिकल गैजेट. नाउ ऑफ कोर्स, लाइक चेतन सर सेड कि रिसाइकिल करना मतलब फिर से हम एनर्जी तो कंजम्पशन कर ही रहे हैं, एनर्जी यूज कर ही रहे हैं. तो वी ऑलवेज प्रमोट कि अगर रिसाइकिल शुड बी योर लास्ट ऑप्शन. अगर आपके पास कोई गैजेट है जिसका कुछ भी यूज़ हो सकता है, चाहे वो रिपेयर हो सकता है, रिफर्बिश हो सकता है, आप अपने मेड्स को, अपने ड्राइवर्स को दे सकते हो, तो आप उन्हें दो. अगर उसका कोई कंपोनेंट हम निकाल के उसको रीयूज कर सकते हैं, आप वो करो. रिसाइकलिंग शुड बी योर लास्ट स्टेप. But if you are disposing it off, make sure that आप एक authorized recycler refurbisher को दे रहे हो जो सारे components को recycle कर रहा है, जो plastic भी recycle कर रहा है, जो glass भी recycle कर रहा है, जो metal भी recycle कर रहा है, so that जो raw material से एक electronic gadget बनता है वो raw material अगर हमें वापस मिल जाए तो वही recycling होता है. रिसाइकिल का साइकिल तभी खत्म होता है अगर हम जिस चीज से वो प्रोडक्ट को मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं वही चीज हमें वापस मिल जाए. तो दिस इज व्हाट वी डू. हम इलेक्ट्रिकल वेस्ट कलेक्ट करते हैं फ्रॉम अक्रॉस द कंट्री, फ्रॉम एनी पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री. अब जहाँ भी हो, अगर आपके पास कोई भी इलेक्ट्रिकल वेस्ट है, आप हमारे टोल फ्री नंबर पे कॉल कर सकते हो. हम आपके घर से वो पिकअप करेंगे और उसे प्रॉपरली रिसाइकिल करवाएंगे. अगर आप कोई स्कूल से एसोसिएटेड हो, कोई कॉलेज से एसोसिएटेड हो, कोई कॉम्प्लेक्स में रहते हो, तो हम वहाँ पे ई वेस्ट स्पेसिफिक बिन्स लगा सकते हैं सो दैट आप अपने कॉम्प्लेक्स में, स्कूल में एक कलेक्शन ड्राइव करके साथ में वेस्ट इकट्ठा करें एंड देन हमें बुलाए. क्योंकि अगर हमें बार बार एक ही कॉम्प्लेक्स में वेस्ट कलेक्ट करने आना हो तो हम एनर्जी और वेस्ट कर रहे हैं. तो वी प्रेफर कि आप एक साथ कलेक्ट करो and हमें बुलाओ and we come and collect it and we will dispose it off safely without causing any harm to the environment, without causing any harm to human health. तो इसी के साथ I'll end my presentation. I think technology is becoming very important. हम कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी के बिना नहीं सर्वाइव कर सकते. हमें ज़रूरी है टेक्नोलॉजी को कंज्यूम करना, बट एज वी आर यूजिंग एंड कंज्यूमिंग टेक्नोलॉजी वी मस्ट इंश्योर कि वो टेक्नोलॉजी प्रॉपरली डिस्पोज हो एंड करेक्ट हाथों में जाए सो दैट वो प्रॉपरली डिस्पोज हो सके. सो थैंक यू सो मच. हमारा एक ही मैसेज है, सबको बताओ ई वेस्ट घटाओ. तो आप ये मैसेज सबको दीजिए एंड मेक श्योर करिए कि जो भी इलेक्ट्रिकल वेस्ट है वो प्रॉपरली रिसाइकल हो. थैंक यू.
Thank you, Priyasha. Thank you so much. All the speakers, wonderful speakers. We got to know so much about consumption, uh, recycle, reduce, recycle, every concept of environment basically, and how as an individual, how we can contribute. Thank you, Dr. Solanki. Thank you, Sonika. Thank you, Achis and Priyasha, for sharing your insights. Now I hand over to Suruchi ji for
Thank you, Deepika, for such a wonderful session. And now it's time for question answers. So please raise your hand and Isha will unmute you. If you have any questions, you can write in the chat box also.
पास करो और पास करो जल्दी से.
So, one question which I found commonly for Archies is everybody wanted to know if they have collection centers throughout India, how they can connect so that they can give away the textile waste. I think Archies can address that.
Yes. So we have a pickup service available pan India, which everyone can avail. So you just have to go to our website and book a pickup. Other than that, we have physical collection drop-off centers in Delhi, Gurugram, and Noida, where you can just drop by and give away your old clothes. And I will
Okay,
also
thank
just
you.
So
put our
can we
website
have
here.
please give us the name of your website.
So one question we have for Sonika is a lot of people are interested to know where do we buy a composter? How do we start composting at home? That was a very common question that I saw.
So there are many companies that make composters. There's a company called Daily Dump. They make a lot of different types of composters, from home composters to big composters for communities, for your societies. See the website, it's called Daily Dump. There's another company called Stone Soup. There is another company called Endlessly Green. These are the three companies that I know of who make composters. You can also actually take any plastic bucket with a lid and you can drill holes in it and that can be a composter. Any container with a lid in which you can drill holes can be a composter. So I have made 2 composters at home from some plastic containers I had. And I also have a composter from Daily Dump, which is made of terracotta. You also get composters which are made of plastic. So depending on your space, and if you can handle a terracotta, which is slightly heavy, then you can use that. Otherwise, you can use the plastic composters because they are very easy to move and the best part is now there will be 3 bins, one on top of the other. So it takes maybe only this much of space. 15 inches diameter space is all you need to keep a composter. There are people who keep it in their balcony. There are people who keep it in their window grills. There are people who, if they have a bigger space, they keep it there. So space is not a constraint for composting at home.
Yeah,
Also,
we
Thank you
need
so
it
much.
to,
does not smell at all. So you can also keep it outside your door. A lot of people keep it with their plants outside their door as well.
yeah, we
Yeah,
need
because this is a
to,
common myth. People think that it will smell, there will be a lot of
Not at all.
worms, it is messy.
Not at all.
please share your Instagram handle also.
Should I
Yes.
paste it in the comments?
Yeah, better.
Okay. I'll just do that.
Is there any other questions? I am just checking the chat box.
As such, there are no specific questions that I can see, but the very common thing that everybody has been asking is how to contact all, each of our speakers, and if they have any collection services, and if they do, then how to go about it and how to connect with them. So I think they all require contact information or Instagram IDs for all of our speakers today.
Sure, we can do that. We can share their social media handles as well as their contacts so that you can, connect with them and also get insights about their journey, what the work they are doing. Anybody has any questions, they can unmute themselves and ask too.
As far as
There is,
I cannot see anyone raising their hands.
but there is one question. Can we add food stuff like eggshells, lime, etc. in a compost bin?
Sorry, can you tell me again?
Can we add food stuffs like eggshells, lime,
Yes.
etc. in a compost bin?
Yes, you can put anything which is coming out of your kitchen, you can put it in the compost bin. There's no problem. You can also put leftover non-veg food. You can put leftover cooked food. As long as it is not very wet. If something is very wet, just drain the water. Like let's say you have dal which has got spoiled. Just drain out the water and put the slightly solid material in the composter. So leftover cooked food can also be put in the composter. Eggshells, just crush them and put them. Lemon, anything you can put in the composter, no problem at all.
Okay, thank you.
You go to the Daily Dump website, they have a very good detailed informative page on what all can you compost and what all you should not compost. Even your hair, fallen hair, nails, they can also be compost that as well.
Okay, thank you. So now I don't find any questions. So I thank all of my speakers and I request DC Priya Narayan for vote of thanks.
Thank you, Suruchi. Firstly, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Association President Jyoti Mahipal ji for giving me opportunity to be part of this beautiful webinar on the topic of 3 R's Eco Reboot. Such a beautiful topic, a resounding success. I would like to thanks Association Vice President Vinudha ji, immediate past Association President Sunita ji, Association Secretary Neelu Dhakre, Association Treasurer Priya, and National Editor Kamla for gracing our presence and their presence inspired us to work together towards a common goals. Thanks to all district chairmen present here, especially District 311 Suruchi, my co-host, District Executive Committee members, all past association presidents, past district chairmen, you all are the oars. Without your active role, this would remain adrift. On behalf of the organizing committee, I thank all presidents and each and every member of Association of Inner Wheel Clubs in India for making this journey memorable. Let us live here not just as passenger but as responsible crew members of this beautiful planet. As we come to the close of today's inspiring program, it is my privilege to express heartfelt gratitude to the all speakers whose words have been a powerful reminder that protecting our environment is not an act of charity, it is an act of survival. Thanks to keynote speaker Professor Chetan Singh Solanki, who is educator, researcher, and innovator, for sharing practical ways to reduce waste, reuse resources creatively, and recycle for a sustainable future. Also, thanks to Priya Singhania for reminding us that reduce, reuse, recycle is not just a slogan. It is a lifestyle, a responsibility, and a promise to our planet. I want to express my gratitude to Sonika for sharing her insight on how a small individual action can create large collective impact in restoring balance to nature. Also, gratitude to Archis, who is India's first clothes recycling service. You have been the strong anchor that kept this event steady and impactful. I would like, on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to extend my webmaster and all for being part of this shared commitment. May the 3 hours become part to continue. Thanks to Deepika and Prachi for her outstanding work and unwavering commitment. Thank you for your invaluable contribution and for being an integral part of this journey. So, friends, today's message is clear. The earth is not a resource we own, it is the boat we all share. If one side tilts, we all risk sinking. But if we row together in unity, awareness, and action, we will reach and source of a brighter tomorrow. So let us remember the earth does not belong to us. We belong to the earth. Every tree we serve, every drops of water we conjure, every piece of waste we reduce is a gift to the generation yet to come. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Priya. And at last, your presence here added grace and meaning to this gathering. Thank you, everyone. Now meeting is adjourned.